Howdy Collective, Divine Feminine Channel Tarot here. How are you? Please subscribe and join the DFCT tribe. Would love to have you on board. Welcome in if you're new. Come on in, have a seat, and consider subscribing. But thank you for watching. And please like, share, drop a comment. I would love to hear from you. Also, if you are returning, welcome back. And it is time for the monthly Soulmates and Separation reading, which is going to drop on December 7th, 2025. Let's start with soulmate number one. It's usually a little conversation. Well, of the two, soulmate number one's moved on. So this could either be you, collective, or somebody that you're thinking about. They've got a brand new life. 3 plus 9 is a 12. 1 plus 2 is a 3. They were divinely guided to balance out their life and follow their bliss, basically. So this person has basically moved on. It wasn't easy, okay, with the Two of Pentacles. They hemmed and hawed. They went back and forth several times, but I think eventually they just made the decision that they didn't really have any fight left in them, or if this is you again, they just didn't have any fight left with the Nine of Wands reversed and didn't want to give to this situation anymore. Nine of Wands reads reversed, giving up. So somebody here gave up. Yeah, there was a lot of pessimism, Queen of Swords, and probably cut the other person off. Malicious, manipulative, harsh, bitter, spiteful, cruel, deceitful, unforgiving. Soulmate number one could think that about soulmate number two, actually, and just kind of cut the whole thing off because they didn't want to be around it. They tried, okay? Soulmate number one tried and worked really hard and invested in this, put their heart and soul into this connection, and it just did not work out, folks. But part of them, and we've got two eights here, Eight of Cups, and now Eight of Cups reversed and Eight of Pentacles. But this person may want to come back around, or they figure you might want to come back around if you're soulmate number two. And it's interesting because soulmate number one may have a habit of staying in bad situations or going back to them. And avoid taking accountability, transforming, changing, reforming, going through their, change. Scorpio energy here with the Death card, and it doesn't mean that somebody died, folks. It just means that it's all about transformation and complete overhaul of your life. So I feel like soulmate number one has done that and not sure if they want to come back. Yeah, move on. They've moved on with the Cancer Chariot card here, and they boldly went forward. Knight of Swords reversed. Could have been like a really ugly argument between the two of you, whoever you are in this equation. Knight of Swords is, somebody that can be very blunt and kind of comes in and out. They may figure that soulmate number two is somebody that really likes to argue, and that's their thing. But soulmate number one had to be responsible. This is my Hands of God card, and had to walk along the spiritual path with this new life being a number three, and was guided to move forward and move on. Miracles in the dark. In the darkest moments, it's easy to feel lost and alone. When you stay focused on the light, you'll receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams. Let's see what else we've got. Angel numbers. Yeah, refocus. Soulmate number one had to refocus and move on. 666. So there's that devil energy, right? Refocus to find balance between your material and spiritual aspects of life. Stop putting too much emphasis on material things. Let's see what soulmate number one would like to say. I don't remember what your voice sounds like anymore. Some of you, it's kind of this out of sight, out of mind energy, and soulmate number one is like, God, I don't even know what you sound like anymore. If we spoke, I wouldn't even recognize you if you called and said hello. I'm scared too. This love is intense. So it was intense for soulmate number one, and maybe that's another reason why they just had to get out. I was God's gift to heal and help you. You mocked me instead. So soulmate number one did not feel appreciated at all by soulmate number two, and has since moved on and refocused their life. But they do still sometimes think about bringing this back around, but also think a new life is a better choice for them versus going back to something that did not work and where they were not appreciated. All right, soulmate number two, what do you got? There's that death card energy in this deck, the regeneration. So both of you have gone through a transformation, death energy, Scorpio card. This is a 46, 4 plus 6 is a 10, 1 plus 0 is a 1, brand new beginning. So both of you have gone through a complete transformation and a new beginning. Page of Swords reversed. Yeah, not too happy with what happened. Both of you, you know, the soulmate number one got Knight of Swords reversed, and soulmate number two gets Page of Swords reversed. Neither of you are super thrilled. You know, there could have been a huge blow up at the end, a big argument. It got really ugly between the two of you, and so neither one of you is all that thrilled about how the ending went down. And soulmate number two kind of is saying to themselves, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. So since the two of you have split up, soulmate number two has like had many realizations. A lot of things came to light. Soulmate number two could have been a Pisces, but also somebody that ignored their intuition and paid the price for not paying attention to their intuition. Yeah, it says repressed intuition, confusion, cognitive dissonance, hidden motives. So whatever soulmate number one did, soulmate number two knows all about it. And I don't know, I'm getting pretty much hates them for it. They really feel like they were played, like they were really lied to big time. Ace of Swords reversed. And had soulmate number two has like hostility towards soulmate number one a lot of the time. And soulmate number two wants their justice. There's the Libra energy, and they really felt like they were treated unfairly, so they want to see soulmate number one get their karma. Emperor. Soulmate number two has bossed up. This is Aries energy, but soulmate number two may be now in their divine masculine energy, and just, again, I feel has really kind of moved on. Seven of Pentacles. Is investing in other things, is placing all of their time, energy, and finances into something else. So this is a soulmate separation reading of two people that really moved on, and soulmate number one thinks a little bit about coming back together, but I don't see that at all in soulmate number two's energy. So soulmate number two did the shadow work on themselves and grew, you know. And there it is again, the divine masculine, okay? So, you know, whether you're a man or a woman, some of you have just bossed up into this divine masculine energy, and they're not going to settle for anything less at this point in your life. And they're going to let it be. Yeah, they're not going to bring this back around. If you need to solve a problem, ask yourself, what is the simplest way to proceed? When you call forth the simplest path, it appears, and vice versa. So, yeah, yep. Let's get an angel number for soulmate number two. Reassurance, 747. I always think of the plane. Trust your intuition and make practical decisions that align with your higher purpose. Your guardian angels are acknowledging your efforts. So, yeah, I don't even think soulmate number two comes across as really, really confident and has totally moved on. But let's see, any final words from soulmate number two? I'm at a loss for words, so not going to say anything. And I made this deck up myself. Ouch, sometimes you say hurtful things. That's all that reversed swords energy where the two of you, it got really ugly at the end. And very unkind words were spoken. I didn't believe in divine relationships, but now I do, because soulmate number two has now bossed up and done the spiritual work. You are my best friend, my lover, my soulmate, but you let me down. Feel so badly about our reputation. But I don't think you're going to hear that, soulmate number one. I don't think there's going to be any communication. So for now, it looks like a stalemate between the two energies. Any final messages for these two? Cycle's over. Cycle is over. So soulmate number one, even though it's tempting to want to hang on to something that doesn't really serve you anymore, it's time for you to move forward. World is an end of a cycle, and this door is closed, and it's time to leave it closed. Fixed energy, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and completion, achievement, fulfillment, sense of belonging, wholeness, and harmony. So these two are pretty much done. The lessons were learned. Sometimes it's really hard to finally close that door, but it seems to be the best, and it seems to be the overarching message in this reading. But I will continue to do these monthly because the energy changes. Thanks for watching. Bye.